how do I get to page 1 of Amazon and get sales? How do I rank my product to page 1? That is what everyone is asking. But guys, that's actually very, very easy to do and actually not as important as you think. Let me explain why. Let's go. So why am I making this specific video? I asked you guys on my Instagram what are the #1 videos you want me to make about Amazon FBA, and the #1 topic of course was product research, how it always is, but I got you guys covered. That's all filmed as well. But the second most thing is how to rank to page 1. How do I get to page 1? Help me please, right? You guys always ask that. And there are a lot of different strategies on how to get to page 1. And I get a lot of messages and a lot of people strategizing, a lot of people showing me their products and saying, hey, why am I not on page 1? Can you help me get on page 1? What do I do to get on page 1? So I wanted to kind of break it down for some of you guys that maybe are new to this and explain the different strategies and how can you rank your product to page 1. What ways are there? How do you do it? I wanted to show you guys an actual product example and analyze it to see what can we do to get the product on page 1. So I'm here inside Helium 10. If you guys want a discount code, I have a 50% off the first month, Karina 50, or 10% off all reoccurring month, Karina 10. You guys can click the link below. So anyways, I'm here with the shot syringe. So how do we get to page 1? What do we have to do to get this there, right? So first off, what's the actual keyword for this product? Is it actually shot syringe or is it something completely random? I'm here in magnets. So if you type in a keyword, this is going to give you other keywords that are similar to this product. So I'm going to sort it by search volume, and it's going to give me from greatest to largest what is being searched. So we have party supplies, Jello shot cups. These are not our products. Bachelor party, yes, there might be use with all these, but this is not the product. Person typing in party supplies may not necessarily be typing in to find the syringes, right? So right here, position number 5, Jello shot syringes is exactly what we're looking for. It has a 5,798 search volume and 128 8-day giveaway. So what does this mean? This is a great, wonderful number right here, which means if we were to do it the giveaway way, right, we would have to give away 128 units over an 8-day period in order to potentially rank on page 1. So how does Amazon decide what's on page 1, right? It's literally all based on sales velocity. So whatever product sells more gets pushed up to the top. So literally the simple answer is just match the sales of the people on the first page. Now that is such an easy concept, but people go about it the wrong way. Just because you match the sales does not necessarily mean that you're going to remain on page 1. And that is where literally studying the market and having the best possible product comes into play, because you can match this number any strategy you want. The key is not to even get to page 1. The key is to stay on page 1. And there are ways to do it. Again, you can do it. One is the giveaway, which is you can give these 128 units at a huge discount, let's say 97%, and kind of spike your velocity up there. You can run PPC, which is sponsored ads within Amazon, and slowly, you know, pick up those sales through the paid ads and certain different keywords that maybe your competitors aren't doing. If you're good at Facebook ads, you can run a mass campaign and have people buy your product. There's just different ways. But keep in mind, if your product is not good, even if you are on page 1, you're not going to stay there. So let's take a look right here, right? Let's go to page 1 and see what the deal is. All these sellers are up here. Let's do the drop down menu and see what their sales are and, you know, how much they're selling. If you guys are using Buyer Launch too, you guys can see how much each seller is selling based on their monthly sales. So let's look at here, over here, monthly sales. So this gives you a rough estimate. So let's say, like, what's an average? Like, let's say 450 monthly sales, right? So a day they're selling 15 units, right? So you're going to have to match this approximately. Like, just take the average of the people on the first page. I know some are doing less, some are doing more, but the average, let's say that's around 450, which means 15 a day you're going to have to give away to stay on that page, and roughly that's 120 in an 8-day period. And they just do 8 days because that's kind of, you know, it teaches Amazon's algorithm like this is a consistent product that is selling well, so they keep bumping it up. And maybe if you're doing a giveaway, the first few days you'll still kind of be down there, but then you're gonna randomly spike up because it takes some time for Amazon to actually like collect the data and push your product up. That's why they do that buffer zone of 8 days, to really make sure that you consistently are doing it. But no matter which way you do it, the point of getting to page 1 isn't necessarily the most important thing. What's important is, how are you better than all of these people, right? Like, let's see who even stands out when we look at this. Like, I can tell you right off the bat, so there's sponsored ad, right? This is how one of the potential ways you guys can get to page 1 is immediately if you outbid everyone on the first page for your Amazon PPC campaigns, you're going to appear right there on page 1. So we have this guy who looks exactly like everyone else, and we have this guy who looks horrible. If this is your listing picture, you're not going to stay on page 1. And I think that is very, very clear, because that does not look appealing. It just looks like they're literally medical syringes, and it says party shots with a Z. Like, I'm sorry, but that's very unoriginal. So let's not do that. I mean, I guess they have a 60 pack, so whatever. This is not what you want to do. This is not what's gonna keep you there, and this guy's not here. But anyways, like, how do you get creative? This person is trying to put rainbow in there to make their listing look more appealing. This person's adding lifestyle into it. This person's making it look like a lab thing, which is just not appealing in my opinion. If I were to drink this, I would not want to be consuming something that looks like you're in a medical facility. Like, that's probably not how you want to do it. You know, obviously your reviews say a lot about you too, because like this, I don't even know what this guy's doing. He's up here, I think he's doing giveaways, because there's no way that he is up here with no reviews and actually has a non-sponsored. I'm like, this is what I mean. When he stops his giveaways, I guarantee you he's gonna go back to page like 50. So keep that in mind, right? So you want to see how to, even this looks better. Look at this, looks so much better than this. Do you guys see that? So everyone who has half a stars is it's more appealing. Anyone who has a more appealing listing is going to do better. Like, this is not cute at all. Like, this is medical, probably used for medical things, but it's just not something that anyone who's partying is gonna want to get. But you guys get the idea, right? How you stick to page 1 is making sure everything is well. Your title has to be amazing. Your reviews have to be, you know, in par with everyone else, because if you're coming in with 8 reviews and everyone else is in the high hundreds, they're gonna ignore you. So make sure you're in a market that has the similar ranges that you can actually compete with, because even if you go into a market, let's say we go up here and party supplies, whatever this is, we give away 784 units. Let's say that's like nonsense. I don't recommend markets like that. You're just gonna waste a lot of money, and it's probably very competitive, so you're not going to ever match that. But let's say hypothetically anyone can like pump in a bunch of money and actually give away 784 units, but you are not in right competition with them. You have less reviews, you have less sales history. These guys have been around for a long time, and they are more credible. They're more stable within Amazon, and plus their reviews are just not going to match your little crummy 8 reviews. So that's not something you want to get into. You want to look for markets that you can actually compete and have a fair chance with. That if you give them a better offer, maybe even a bundle, more of the same product, perhaps a bigger pack for a good solid price, like a premium product, amazing listing photos, amazing title, everything's optimized, then no matter what way you get to page 1, you are going to stay there. And that's the misconception. It's not about getting to page 1, it's about staying on page 1. So I hope that this kind of helped you guys out. For those of you asking me how to get to page 1, again, that's not the most important thing. If your product is a good product, it will be so much easier to get to page 1, and most importantly, stay there and collect those sales. So keep that in mind, guys. I hope that this was helpful. Again, discount codes down below, one-on-one coaching below, course information below, Facebook group below, Instagram below. Everything you need is down below. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.